I recently read an article that said over 90% of all new dropshippers fail when starting out. Now, that's a staggering number. So how is it these gurus, teenagers, and other people are posting these wild Shopify screenshots and living this jet set lifestyle? The main question here is, what separates people who have success with dropshipping from those who never seem to crack the code or ever get their first sale? Well, a few years ago, I was part of that 90% when my first dropshipping store completely failed. I spent around $800 just to get one single sale and then decided to completely shut the thing down. But since then, I've generated multi-seven figures with my dropshipping stores and not only changed my life, but helped so many others do so. And after teaching so many beginners in this game, I've realized that it comes down to 5 reasons why 90% of all dropshippers fail. I'm going to reveal them in this video. So if you avoid doing any of these at all costs, you'll have a much higher chance of success. So make sure you stick around and watch all of this video, because every single minute that passes by could be the difference between you just being another statistic in this game or having success with your dropshipping store. So the first reason why 90% of all dropshippers fail is because they do not manage their expectations. You see, one of the biggest pitfalls I see happening is they set unrealistic expectations. Now, I understand where it comes from because there's many gurus online selling you this false hope of a get-rich-quick scheme, and that's very easy and simple. Just click a few buttons and all of a sudden start printing money with your Shopify store. You've seen the Lambos, you've seen the watches, and maybe you've been promised things such as pre-built stores or maybe automation. You've heard the stories online of teenagers literally just making money overnight when all you need is just the Wi-Fi, laptop, and an internet connection. See, this is where the trouble begins, and a lot of newcomers are seduced into this idea of quick, easy money and passive income, and that's a very dangerous misconception. The issue is you only ever see the successes being posted online. What you do not see is the failures, the lessons, and the losses taken in order to be able to achieve success. And I get it, no one wants to post those things online because ultimately they don't get any views. And what happens is this then warps your reality into thinking that dropshipping is just a walk in the park. Trust me, I've been there myself back in 2016 as a new dropshipper coming into the game. I was already dreaming of which color Lamborghini I was going to buy as soon as I hit publish on my Facebook ads. And the truth was, I woke up to 0 sales. And it was that way till I spent around about $800 just to get that first Shopify notification. It was a very important but humbling lesson that I needed to learn. If you switch your mentality and come into the game thinking that you may need to test up to 20 products, when you test 5 products and they don't work out, then you instantly won't just call it a scam or think that it don't work, because you know what you have to do to get to where you need to get to. Dropshipping does work. It's just that many of you have unrealistic expectations. As soon as you change these, that will be the first step in achieving success. However, this is just the first thing. If you don't do this next thing that I'm about to talk to you, none of this even matters. So the second major reason why most new dropshippers fail is that they do not learn from their mistakes. Now, let me tell you something that you may not want to hear, but you absolutely must understand. And that is, failure is a part of the journey to success. You can't have success without failure. And the quicker that you accept this, the quicker you will be on the journey to achieving it. You must remember that mistakes bring failures, which bring lessons that you can learn from. Mistakes aren't your enemy. They're in fact your most insightful teachers. Because if you never learn from your mistakes, then you're just going to continue to keep spinning your wheels, getting frustrated, no matter how hard you try in this business. And Einstein famously said that the definition of insanity is doing the exact same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. In my early dropshipping days, I had no course, no mentorship, no guidance on what I should be doing. So I was just ultimately testing out random stuff, hoping that it would work. And what eventually happened is I was just losing money, burning a hole in my wallet, and having a bruised ego because I thought that if I just continued to do the exact same thing, eventually something would just work out. But it was only when I started to examine my mistakes and why something failed that I got better over time. When I could objectively analyze the data and then fix the process, then every single product that I test got much better. The key here is to objectively analyze what it is you're testing out and where you're going wrong, and never ever getting emotional, because the data gives you all of the information that you need. You just need to make changes. You are going to make mistakes in your dropshipping journey. That is a guarantee. But the question is, are you going to let those define you, or are you going to use them as opportunities to learn and grow from? onto the third stumbling block in the path of many new dropshippers, and that is something called not paying your dues. What I mean is you have to spend time in the trenches figuring this stuff out and learning highly valuable money-making skills that are going to serve you in the long run. As I mentioned earlier in this video, there's this notion that success is overnight, and you've probably seen the stories, but what they most of the time fail to mention is the countless of hours, weeks, and even years that actually get put into honing their craft and building a business. I get it, no one glorifies this stuff because it's not going to get views. If you have a look on my own channel, you can go back and see that I've got videos on my channel where I've done $1 million in a month and $1 million in 60 days. But what people don't see and what they fail to realize is that it's not just doing that as a newbie, it's someone who's been in this game since 2016, spending countless of hours, effort, time, and energy to understand what works and figure out what doesn't. There was nights where I was literally glued to my laptop till early hours in the morning, knowing that I had to wake up at 7 a.m. to go work my 9-to-5 job. Success will reward people who are willing to roll up their sleeves, spend time in the trenches, and developing their skills. So the question is, what skills do you need as a new dropshipper? Things like website building, Facebook ads, and one major one which is very overlooked by a lot of newbies, and that is copywriting. The ability to be able to write powerful, persuasive copy that turns visitors into buyers. Now, the beauty about paying your dues is that these skills are going to serve you for a lifetime. So even if you don't continue with dropshipping, you can still start up another business and translate those skills into that, or alternatively get a high paying 9-to-5 job. I've seen too many dropshippers, promising dropshippers at that, fall by the wayside because they thought they could bypass the grind. They thought they could literally just test out 3 products on a basic looking website and hit a home run. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. You only learn by doing. There's literally no substitute for experience, and you either pay with that with your time or you pay with it with your money and get access to a mentor or someone like that who's already done what it is you want to do, and then jumpstart your learning by learning from their mistakes. Remember, success isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. And in order to win a marathon, it's not about how fast you sprint at the start, it's all about how consistent you are over a longer period of time. Now, if you just spend time in the trenches and fall in love with the trenches, ignore distractions, there'll be no way you can really lose in this game. This fourth reason kills all dreams. And if you're watching this video, I hope that you never do it. And that is quitting too early. I'm sure you've probably seen the classic picture circling around on social media of those 2 guys who are both digging for diamonds, and that one guy who gives up when he was just so close to reaching the diamonds, while the other guy is continuing to just keep hacking away. In your dropshipping journey, patience just isn't a virtue, it's a necessity. And unfortunately, in this world of instant gratification where everything wants something now, patience is something that you need to master. So many new dropshippers are quick to throw in a towel because they don't get immediate results, and they just want to test out 5 products and try and hit a home run. Like I've mentioned, it doesn't work like that. Realistically, think about it. How can you possibly expect to have a product make you $100K a month if you know absolutely nothing about dropshipping? You've only tried it for, let's say, 3 weeks, and you've only tested 5 products. My first dropshipping store completely failed, and if I decided to quit at that very moment, you wouldn't even be watching this video right now, and I wouldn't have changed my life, and I'd still be working my 9-to-5 and wouldn't have done all the amazing things that I've been able to do over the years. But instead, I kept grinding because I genuinely hated my 9-to-5 job, and I didn't see myself working one for the rest of my life. So you got to put the effort in, and eventually it will pay off. In every single success story that I've heard from either students or my other dropshipping friends in this game, one thing is common, and that is always that they failed at first, they never quit, they kept going, and ultimately found success in the end. It may not be your first 5 products that work out for you, but if you are learning from your mistakes, like I mentioned in a previous point, then every single one that you test out from there are only going to get better with a higher chance of success. But let me clarify one thing. I am not advocating blind perseverance and just getting yourself into debt because you want one last shot. If something isn't working out, it's important to understand what it is so that you can fix it and move forward. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and nor will your dropshipping business. Ultimately, ask yourself the question: have you given it enough time? Are you doing your best? Have you given it your all? And if the answer to those questions are no, then maybe it's too early for you to throw in the towel. One major piece of advice that I can give you guys is always remember why you got started in this game. It could be that you hated your job, you want more money, you want to take care of your family, but remembering why you actually got started is going to help you when you feel like quitting. Now that brings me to the 5th and final reason why 90% of all new dropshippers fail. And this reason is because they are shooting in the dark. What exactly do I mean by shooting in the dark? Well, what I mean is there's people out here who are trying to freestyle and do things that they think is the best, like trying to find this weird untapped product or some undiscovered niche that no one else is selling in. Trust me, you do not have to reinvent the wheel when it comes to dropshipping. It's pretty much as simple as finding something that is already working and proven and then improving upon it. When I first got started with dropshipping, I was trying to find that one product that no one else was selling, that one product that no one else had thought of. I'll be deep in AliExpress research all the way on page 34, trying to find that one unicorn that's going to make me bank. I was also trying to find these untapped niches that no one else would be selling in, or there were less competition so that I could dominate it. The truth is, all of these strategies failed because it's harder to create market demand rather than already selling into existing one. From then on, my strategy changed, and rather than just wandering around aimlessly, I started to study the top dropshippers. I started to have a look at their websites. How were they structuring things? What sort of products were they selling? And what sort of Facebook adverts they using, and how were they structuring them? I realized that a lot of these successful dropshippers weren't successful because they were trying to sell in these untapped niches. It's because they were taking what was already working and mastering how to improve upon them. Honestly, you don't need to be out here freestyling, doing stuff that you think looks the best, because honestly, the market does not care. And if you peel back absolutely everything, it all comes down to baseline formulas and principles. You can innovate in this game, but it's not a case of innovating something which is completely new. Innovation works best when you take something which is already working and then improving upon it and putting your own spin on things. This final lesson is very simple. Find something which is already working, improve upon it, whether that be a better website, better ad copy, or better offer, and trust me, you will find success a hell of a lot more faster. So hopefully you got some valuable insights from this video and you now know what to do and what not to do. And if you avoid all of these at all costs, I can promise you that you will not be another statistic in this game. Now, if you want my personal help to help you start and scale your own dropshipping business, then make sure you click the link down below and apply for the coaching and mentorship program to see if you would be a good fit. Let me know in the comments down below if you've experienced any of these things that I've talked about in this video. It's always good to hear from new beginner dropshippers, especially being someone who's been in the game for so long. Just one small thing you could do for me is drop a like on this video, help out the algorithm, and make sure of course you subscribe to the channel with the notification bell on. I'll be dropping in weekly videos to help you guys scale out. I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers this year, so help your boy out and smash that subscribe button. But that is it for this video. Take care and I will see you in the next one.